Video product review of the Bissell TurboClean PowerBrush Pet. Now, I'm going to ramble a little bit. Just stick with me on the video. I just threw out my Hoover Smartwash. $250, $280 machine. Plugged it in. Went to put the detergent in there. The seal was leaking from the cap. This machine is a couple years old, used about 6 times. The seal's rotted. I was still able to get shampoo in there. Started doing the carpet. The seal for the water container started leaking. $250 down the drain. I used to have a Bissell machine. Bissell started leaking. That was bought that on sale from Amazon Prime Day, probably $150 or something. It started leaking. The hose was leaking. What I'm trying to get at is these things are garbage. Doesn't matter if you buy from Hoover or Bissell. They're junk. Doesn't matter if you spend $100 or $500, they're junk. They're meant to do a partial cleaning of the house. Some of them might have heaters, some of them might have... You watch these videos on YouTube, they've got tests, more suction, more cleaning, cleans up sand. It doesn't matter. All of these things are garbage and they fall apart. So I started cleaning the carpet, as I said. It's soaking wet, it's leaking all over the place, and I just rushed over to Home Depot because I got to get this thing done. And all they're selling is Hoover. Well, I'm so pissed off at Hoover. I was pissed off at Bissell, so I bought the Hoover. Now I'm pissed off at Hoover, so I went out and looked for a Bissell. Home Depot doesn't sell Bissell because they're getting extra money by being exclusive to Hoover. So I rush over to Target, and they've got a selection of Hoover and Bissell, but they're out of stock on half the stuff that they sell. And I'm not going to go spend money buying another Hoover. So I looked for the Bissell. They had a Bissell for $270 some. They had this Bissell, this cheap piece of garbage for $113. You know what I bought? The $113. All I care about is getting the dirt out of this carpet. Don't fool yourself into thinking you're going to get some great machine spending lots of money on the Hoover and the Bissells. It doesn't work. They all break. They all leak. The parts break. The hose breaks. The seals leak. They're junk. So I'm going to take this out of the box. I guess it's called an unboxing. And I'm going to let you know, yeah, you don't need to see me put my hose in the machine. I mean, put the hose in the machine. I don't know. What I noticed is these machines are very narrow now compared to they used to have the wide. Look how skinny this is. Look how small the box is. So I'm going to go connect it up. I'm going to put some shampoo in there. Try to clean this nightmare of a carpet. The dog went into the vet. The dog's been sick for the whole week. Diarrhea, vomiting, not eating for 3 days at a time, not drinking for 50 hours. Just a nightmare. What was it? The gardeners are putting fertilizer all over the neighborhood and killing the dogs. The fertilizer is acidic. It's poison to animals. So $4,000 for the dog for a week. She's coming home today, trying to clean up some of the stains. She pooped all over this place, literally had diarrhea 15 times a day minimum. So she's coming home today. She was in the vet for 1 day so they could give her the meds and the IVs. And this is going to be a review on the TurboClean PowerBrush Pet from Bissell. $113 at Target. If the thing does half of what I need it to do and get some of the dirt out of this carpet, I'll be happy. Let me show you the carpet right now. This is an old carpet. It's really never been professionally cleaned. You can see how filthy this thing is. It's absolutely filthy. This is wet over here. Oh, baby, is it wet from me cleaning it earlier before, and it's leaking. It was just the wetness and the moisture and everything's leaking. Oh, yes. So I'm going to just try to get some dirt out of the carpet. I'll show you what the dirt canister, the dirt container looks like after I do some cleaning. Either the machine works or it doesn't. If it doesn't, it's $113. I can fling it into the trash can and not care, or I can take it back to Target and say, this thing is garbage. All right, here we go. Review of the TurboClean PowerBrush. I'm not going to tell you all the features, what it does, what it doesn't do, if it's got a hose, extra attachments. It comes with some soap, who cares? Let's see if it works. The end result is what matters. If you like my channel, without all the garbage, and I guarantee you, there are people that are making $100,000 on YouTube doing reviews on these machines and how wonderful some are and how wonderful some aren't. Most of this stuff is junk. The unboxing. We got the power cord over here. We got the main, I've got a sprained wrist, I gotta be really careful doing this. We got the main unit over here with the handle in the middle. If you're gonna return it, this is gonna help you. We've got, I guess, the handle. We've got the upper thing for the water, and we've got your, who knows, some type of a plastic thing. As I said, very narrow, as cheap. These are really narrow, I can't believe it. As cheap as could be. Snapped it together, no screws, no instructions. Pop this in here, put your handle in there, press it together, snap the other dispenser in there, and you're done. So I'm guessing that this is over here, this is probably the soap area, and this is the water thing. So the big complaint with a lot of people, they always say, I don't like the machine because I've got to empty out the water 10 times to do a room. That's the advantage of the small machine, is you don't have to, it's not as heavy. You're going to have to empty out the water, but who cares? You want to not empty out the water constantly and spend 3 times more so you can throw it out in another month. So I'm gonna start this thing. We're gonna do the clean. This is a much bigger dispenser. Now I gotta look at this again. The Smart & Wash, it's got a water dispenser and a soap dispenser. This doesn't have a water dispenser or a soap dispenser. It's just got one. It doesn't have them both. I don't really care. As long as the thing works and gets my carpet clean, gets the water up that the Hoover Smart Wash left all over the place, I'll be happy. Here we go. We're going to do a clean right now and see what happens. These are really small containers. That's the difference in the amount of money you're spending. This is a really small container for filling it up and for recovery. Yikes. I haven't even turned the machine on and it's leaking water. I can't find the power switch on this thing, and now I don't know where I put my instructions. Did I put them on the table? I don't know. I can't find the directions. The thing's leaking. You can tilt the machine back, but I don't know where the power switch is. Unbelievable. I thought that was the power switch and it didn't work. Depressing the power switch. That's supposed to be the power. Oh! I'm impressed. I'm really surprised. Wow. Look at this. This is doing better than my $250 machine that was double the cost. It's lighter. You're going to have to fill this thing up over and over. Let's check out the water from 2 minutes. A lot of soapy foam, foamy soap. I can't see if it's dirty because there's so much foam in this stuff. Normally I like to clean with just vinegar, but I use some of this Hoover stuff, and what a nightmare. So it looks like it might be dirty. I'm going to fill up the water thing and we'll continue. So far I'm not too upset. This might be okay. I don't really know where the opening for this thing is. I think it's this little cover. Ow! My sprained wrist is not going to help me do this. Let's see how it did. Let's look at the water that's coming out of here. There's a lot of soap, so I don't really like the soap. Look at this. Look at that. 113 bucks. 100% better than the piece of garbage. The piece of garbage Hoover that I had. I come over to this house to clean, and the Hoover breaks down. I go buy this thing. Yeah, I don't like the soap they give you. Look at the water. It's all black and filthy. Great machine. I'm happy. I'll finish off the review when I'm done cleaning. Emptying out this for the second time. I'm going to say, if you're a neurotic woman, then don't buy this machine. You are going to have to empty and clean and fill water constantly. Let's see. Look at the dirt. Look at this. Look at this. I didn't use shampoo in this batch. I did a little spray with the Folex over the dirty carpet. It's bringing up tons of dirt. The nice thing about this machine, it's very lightweight. It's extremely lightweight, so it's very easy to use. It is very quiet, quieter than a vacuum. So that's nice if you need to clean at nighttime. It's not that annoying. You've got to fill up the dispenser constantly. You're going to have to empty. The recovery tank is much bigger, but you're going to have to, this is a guarantee. They should have put a cap on here or a screw or something. This is just a hassle. But overall, it's cleaning the carpet. It's cheaper than what I paid for the others. Let's see what we got at the end. This is clean carpet. This carpet over here, this area has barely been used or walked on or touched, so it's spotless. This, you can see 2 stains over there. A couple days, well, for the last week, the dog's been really sick, vomiting, diarrhea all over the place. And that's what we have here. We've got those 2 right in the center. We've got those 2 stains, and I put some BioClean enzyme cleaner to see if it would work. It kind of cleaned around the stain. I don't know if it removed all the stuff. A lot of liquid came out, so the BioClean was a good product. I'm left with this nightmare now, and I don't really care that I love the dog. I don't care about carpet. Dogs' life was more important than carpet. So we've got a lot of dirt in here. We have the diarrhea and we have the vomit. I put the enzyme cleaner on there, mopped up a lot of dirt with paper towels, a lot. The paper towels were coming out filthy. But the thing is, when you do that, when you put a cleaner on there, it soaks into the fibers. Unless you have a brush, you really should have a drill brush or something to clean this stuff deep down, or a hand brush. And then you want to have a suction. You need a really good suction, what's it called? I can't even, it's not evacuator, an extractor. You need a good extractor so you can pull out all the junk that's dripped down into the fibers. Otherwise, it just sits down there. I'm going to spray this with some Folex over here. Again, you can see the clean and the dirty. I'm going to put Folex on here, and then we'll check this. It's going to be wet, so it's going to be hard to really tell, but we're going to know, did this do a good job or not. Nightmare. This thing, this is already filled up. It makes a sound. It stops suctioning. Look at the dirt in that water. So it's definitely working. There's no doubt this machine works. I've been using this thing for about 2 minutes. I've already filled this water container at least 10 times in this small room. But it is working. It's quiet enough that I'm comfortable using it compared to the other machines that are, everybody knows you're cleaning. I just did that for a couple seconds. Yeah, you can still see the stains, but it's bringing up a lot of dirt. Let me empty out the reservoirs, and then we'll really see what comes out of here. I'm impressed. This $113 little cheapy garbage machine is doing better. It's doing better than the smartwash Hoover that I bought. It's just incredible. It's not, you know, if you have a really nice house with lots of expensive carpet, this is not the way to go. If you have a big house, this machine is not the way to go. God, this thing's already empty again after about 2 minutes. Look at what this is bringing up. Look at this. This machine is worth the money. If you're in an apartment, I would buy it. If you just want to clean up a small area, I would go out and spend money and rent something instead of messing with this in an apartment or a house, because this is going to take you forever. It's constant. Every 3 minutes, every 5 minutes, I am either filling up the water container or sucking water or changing the recovery tank. But look at the dirt that's coming out of there. All of the dirt that I've poured out, this is the 5th one. It's unbelievable. This container doesn't fill all the way up, which is unfortunate. It's like 3 minutes and you have to change it, probably 3 minutes on the other container. I'm touching the carpet right now. It's not, you know, I'm pouring a ton of water on this thing, and it's not bad. It is not bad at all. I'll finish off the review after I clean. I would say this is by the door. This is where we had those 2 stains. It did a really good job. You can still see, which is not the machine's fault, you can still see some of the clean marks and the burn marks from the vomit and the diarrhea. Let's keep going. There was a stain over there from the diarrhea. Not much of a stain. There was also a bile stain, cleaned up. This whole area, there was a urine stain. I'll get to who this machine is for in a minute. The carpet, you know, this carpet is over 15 years old. It's never been professionally cleaned. This is a lot of dirt, so this is not the fault of the machine. We're going to get to that in a minute. This is the whole area that I had started cleaning. Let's go into the other room. Area is where there was poop. Also pooped on a blanket, a huge blanket, pooped all over the blanket, pooped all over the bed sheet that was on the floor to protect it, just in case. There was poop over here, and right down in the corner over there was poop. So let me tell you who this machine is for. This is the Bissell TurboClean PowerBrush Pet. At Target, this cost 113 bucks. Why did I buy it? I bought it because I was using my at Target today, $278 Hoover smartwash. That machine, you start the button, you start it You start cleaning, you go forward, it washes, you go back, it sucks up. And if you don't want it to put water out, it's got a dry button. It strictly goes in there and dry. I don't know if it sucks and dries or if it just dries. $278. Had it for about a year and a half, maybe 2 years. Only cleaned about 6, 7, 8 times. I don't know. Started it up today. Tried to put some soap in there. Couldn't even get the nozzle, the container opening area. Couldn't take that off. Took it off and I saw all the seals were completely rotted. $278 down the drain. $278. That's almost $300 with tax. You can go out and buy a Bissell green machine for $400. Those are also 50 pounds, difficult to use, almost impossible to use, but $300 compared to $400, and I ended up throwing it in the garbage. My floor was wet, the seals were leaking, I had water all over the place. Rushed over to Home Depot. They only sell Hoover. I'm not going to buy Hoover because they just ruined my day. Rush over to Target. Target has Hoover and Bissell. Most of their stock was out. This thing's $113. Their next machine was about $180. And I thought, you know, everybody returns stuff. I'll go buy this machine. If it's a piece of garbage, I'll return it. And you saw the carpet. So who is this machine for? This machine is for, if you live in a condo or a house and you have a dog or a kid that vomits, you can buy one of those little power scrub things, the portable things. They're easy to store. They probably don't have as much suction as this. Maybe they do. They're small and they're easy. This thing is very convenient. It's very, I hear the little power scrub things are very loud. This thing wasn't that loud. So in an apartment or a condo or a house with a lot of people, this is a quiet machine. Very easy to set up. Who is this not for? This is not meant to clean a room. In a quarter of a room, maybe half of a room total from all the cleaning, must have emptied the reservoir at least 10 times. I probably filled up the water container at least 20 times, if not more. So every time you turn around, every 2 or 3 minutes, you have to empty something out or fill it up. So you can't do that in a house. This doesn't have the suction and the quality to be able to remove garbage from the bottom fibers of a carpet like a professional carpet machine. A professional, I'm not talking Hoover or Bissell, I'm talking a professional machine, has lots of heat. They pre-treat, the pre-treat is the whole thing. You pre-treat your carpet with the right solutions. You use a brush that's able to agitate everything and break it up. You use hot water, and I'm not talking from your sink, I'm talking really hot water that they use, and the chemicals, and massive amount of suction, and it sucks all the dirt up, and you go, how did they clean it? Because they've got the right equipment. This thing, I'm happy I bought it. I'm not thrilled. I'm glad that I only spent $113 before tax instead of going out and spending $200 and something knowing it's going in the garbage. This is for somebody who's elderly that can't really move things around. I've got a sprained wrist that's healing. My wrist is hurting more from doing this, but I was able to do it. You're constantly emptying and filling. I would not use the solutions they give you. I used Folex, and for one of the areas I just used warm water to removed a ton of dirt. I put the water on there and vacuumed it up, sucked it up, and there was a lot of dirt that came up. Of course, that part of the carpet wasn't filthy, but it serves its purpose. This is not a bad machine, but don't think you're going to clean a whole room or a whole house and have remarkable results, because it's going to drive you out of your mind constantly filling and emptying. It's too much. What does that say? Less than 13 pounds? Yeah, it's very lightweight. What other stuff? I'll scan here. You can read this if you want to. I don't really want to read it. Removes embedded dirt. It did okay. I'm not unhappy with it. It comes with, I think it had some soap in there. I don't know. Yeah, but the thing with soap is every time you put soap on a carpet, dirt is attracted to soap, and your carpet gets dirtier faster where the soap was. So you want to use a solution like Folex, or you want to use vinegar. Vinegar is really good. Pre-treat with vinegar. I had a section of the carpet. I put the, I can't get to the vinegar now. I put the Folex on there. I used a scrub brush. A lot of pros, they will take one of those drill brushes, put it in the drill, run it, but you could also damage your carpet or ruin the fibers. Run it, agitate everything, and then go in there with an extractor or a machine like this and suck out the filth and the water. So overall, I'm going to say this machine does exactly what it is meant to do, which is a very good limited ability machine. It throws water down and it sucks it up. It's lightweight and it works. If you don't want to deal with the constant filling and emptying, go out and spend another $250. That has a reservoir, a soap reservoir, and a water reservoir, and a recovery reservoir, and spend $200-300 on that thing, and in a year, in 6 months, in a year, in 2 years, go throw it in the garbage and buy another one. So for $113, this worked out really well. Again, this was $113. They had the little scrubber things for $120. Those are smaller, they're more compact, they're easy to put in the closet. But I thought, do I really want to be on the floor with that little scrubbing thing moving it inch to inch instead of something like this where I can just stand and move around? Lightweight, so it's not going to hurt your back, but it's a nightmare to constantly fill. And I know it's all about money. They're not going to give you, if you want something better, you spend the money. If this machine would have had, the problem with the reservoir is it only fills up about 2 inches. It's a huge container, but it only fills up 2 inches and then it stops the suction. If you could have filled that container all the way up, and if the water dispenser was double the size, for $113, Bissell would own the market. They would literally own the market with one of the best deal cleaners out there. But they cheaped on it because that's what these companies do, and you get what you pay for. I'm happy. It's not the ultimate machine, but it's worth buying if it's a simple little job. The dog's coming home from the vet. As I said, she was really sick. $4,000 in 2 days from lawn fertilizer. Lawn fertilizer is what made this dog sick. Somebody wanted a green lawn and almost killed my dog with that. So she's coming home. I'll leave an affiliate link. I will not leave. If you want to donate to help me pay the $4,000 on the dog, which I don't expect you to, click on the super chat below or ask for my PayPal. It's in the About section if you want to donate some money, but you don't have to, and you won't. She's coming home. She's probably going to have the runs again. She was having the runs 15 times a day, all over the rugs, all over the carpet, all over the bathroom, all over the balcony, everywhere. It was nonstop. I'm an expert at cleaning poop. With this machine, I wouldn't turn this on at 2 in the morning. But with this machine, it would be very easy for me to clean up the stain and the mess instead of getting down there with cleaning it up with the popsicle stick, throwing that in the trash, then going there with the Folex, then the paper towels. It works, it's nice. The only problem is you can't suck the junk out of the fibers that has dripped down into the bottom. That's why you need a machine. Hopefully this video helped. It's long, I'm sure nobody watched it. That's up to you. If it helped you and you benefited from it, you watched it. If you didn't, you'll never know what you missed because this video is amazing. I'll leave an affiliate link. I think you can buy this on Amazon. I'm not sure how much, but you probably can buy it on Amazon. I'll get a few cents if you click on that. And if you don't want to buy it on Amazon, but you shop on Amazon, click on my affiliate links anyway, then go to Amazon and buy something. As long as you click on my link before you go to Amazon and it takes you there, whatever's in the cart that you buy, I'll get a fraction of a penny for you making an order after clicking my link. And that's how it works. And that's it. That's my review of the Bissell. This will be the thumbnail. The Bissell TurboClean Oh, no, we want to do that. We want it to be professional. I want to get rid of the door. Bissell TurboClean Power. Thanks for watching. Unbelievable. I'm just shocked. Not the greatest. I'm absolutely shocked that this carpet looks as good as it does right now. Yes, we have dirt. Not only do we have dirt, but we're also looking at dry carpet and wet carpet, and we're looking at the fibers moved in different directions. Let's see if we can change that. There's a lot of filth in there. But this is probably 200-300% better than it was when I started. So it's not a bad machine. If your carpet's this filthy, nah. But for $113, definitely worth the money. Say water suction is not the best. I'm going around with a paper towel an hour after I put a lot of water on here. There's no doubt about it. I put a lot of water, a lot of cleaner, and that's what we have about an hour later in certain areas. Maybe a little less, an hour and a half or so. Some of the carpet is really very wet. I wouldn't use this during the winter time. I've got a big fan on here. The fan is helping a little, but There's a lot of water on here, so it's a great machine. I'm very happy I bought it. I know the limitations of it now, and I know what it can do, and I'm happy that I have it. But the suction,